We're live.
Nuh-uh.
Yes, we are.
Oh, that's scary.
I don't know if this works.
Oh, it works.
Hi.
Howdy.
Howdy. So I guess we're live, and I never done a live video before, so I don't know how this works.
Conveniently, we're both introverted.
Yeah. Hey, we got Alfonso here. Hi.
Hey.
So I'm not sure what we're gonna do. We just have time to waste since we're stuck in a snowstorm. But it's not snowing, so I don't know why we're here.
Because everybody fear-mongered us into staying. That's why.
That's why. Yeah. Everyone said we're gonna have up to 12 inches of snow. But there's no snow.
She keeps looking out the window like, it's gonna snow soon.
Hi, Paula.
Hello.
So yeah, I checked the web cameras this morning, like the traffic cameras of all the passes here, and it is snow. It's just not a lot of snow like I expected. Alfonso.
The snow did. I mean, we've seen pictures of snow on the passes, but it doesn't look like what we thought it would look like.
Yeah, but it's gonna snow. It's only Saturday noon, so it's gonna snow for the whole weekend.
It pretty much, it looks like you can still see the trail, and we are expecting the trail to be completely buried.
Yeah.
And temperatures in the 20s, which it's not, but it could be in elevation. We're not up there, so we don't know.
Yeah.
But
Hi, Patty. Hi, James.
Hey.
Yeah, we're stuck in a hotel room. Very nice hotel room. We got some good breakfast this morning.
Oh, yeah.
Chad ate half of his weight.
Well, I had 2 biscuits and gravy, a giant waffle, like 3 glasses of orange juice. I'm making now.
Yeah.
And some Killian's Irish Red.
That is because we're nervous. Because this is weird.
There's no reason to be nervous. We're just, we have kind of social anxiety, so it's...
Yeah. Willard is
like
asking,
that.
when is my visa ending? Well, on the 9th, my visa is done. Although, to be perfectly honest, I don't know how my visa works now since my passport is gone and my visa's in my passport. But I guess on the 9th, I get kicked out of the country, but I'm leaving on the 7th, so I'm all good.
What happened to your flee to Canada plan?
Yeah, I was telling Chad that if I don't get my passport, I just have to walk over the border to Canada and just say that, hey, I'm a refugee, can you send me back home? Well, but yeah.
77 degrees. Mission, what?
Mission in California. Right. Oh.
Is there any way to make that font bigger so we can read it from back here without going like this every time?
No, I just need glasses. Hi, Matt. All the comments keep disappearing from time to time.
Like right now, there's nothing on the screen but us staring into blackness.
Which is not too bad, but...
Yeah. 94.
Yeah. Willard asking, are you also walking back to Rainy Pass? No. Because we want to be done by the 3rd to be able to go back down to Olympia at Randy's house and do some laundry so I can actually take a flight and not be embarrassed about how I smell. And also it's Randy's birthday on the 6th, so we want to be down by then. So we're going to go back to Hearts Pass.
We'll celebrate your birthday too. Your birthday's the 14th, right?
Yep.
We'll celebrate with you before you leave. A little early, but...
Yeah. Hey, come back. Oh, James. Hi, James. except Chad and Rennie, what will you miss most once you get off trail and go back home? The freedom. Because out here, you wake up every day in a different place than you were the other day, and you walk to a new place, and you never know where you're gonna end up. You put up your tent, your little home, you make your dinner, and then you go. It's just you just feel really free.
It's very simple. It's very carefree.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about everyday things.
So that's what I'm gonna miss. Hi, Martine from Holland. Hoe gaat het? Yes, I know some Dutch. No pressure. Well, there's pressure.
Right now, you're missing a hot tub.
Yeah.
Is there a hot tub here? I only saw a pool.
There's a pool. Yeah.
We're gonna have to look into that.
My passport. Well, the thing that happened. See, what had happened was, I don't know where my passport is. When we left Bend and we drove down to Elk Lake, I did have my passport before we left Bend in the car. After that, it's somewhere. It's not in the car, and it's not at the trailhead. So I think it's somewhere after Elk Lake on the trail because it was raining. So we had to take up our rain gear. So I think it's somewhere on the trail.
The last time I saw your passport is when we were in Oregon with Jerry, and we went to that Safeway.
Yeah. And it's not in Safeway, so I don't know where it is. It's gone.
Yeah.
But I now have a little paper that has my picture on it. It says you're allowed to go home on this flight, and it cost me $170. Plus, I had to go back and forth to the trail and back to Seattle to get my passport, and it was a hassle.
Plus, you had to book your flight before you could do that.
Yeah.
So.
Wait, let's put it again.
So how do you make it come back?
I don't know.
Hit the button. Hit the screen. Make it do something.
No.
Is this that? That's 26. We got 26 people watching right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
26 people. What are you guys doing? Where are you from? What's happening? Ah, here they are. I found them.
How long when you returned home did you think hiking fever will set in, and will you come back to the U.S. to finish?
Well, Paula, I feel like my hiking fever is already here. Like I'm already having anxiety that this is gonna end. And there's been a couple of times where we've been talking about shit, we only have 2 weeks left, we only have this many miles left, and I got teary-eyed because I don't want this to end. So it's already here.
And also, we've already started talking about doing the Continental Divide Trail.
Yeah, because if there's any other through hike that we're gonna try here in the U.S., it's the CDT. And he's gonna come visit me in Sweden next year. Midsummer. I'm gonna show him Swedish midsummer.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, it's very bittersweet that this is gonna end. But yeah, this weather makes it easier to want to end.
Itching to get back to work?
No.
No.
Not at all.
I don't even have a job, so that's a thing. I have to find work when I get home. And I don't even want my current home to be home anymore. I need to go somewhere else. So I don't know what I'm doing when I get back. When I'm done. CDT. So
if anyone has a job or a place to stay for Chad in
Nah. So are you planning? Great. Yeah, it's not set in stone, but it's definitely we're tossing the idea around.
Yeah.
What's someone above that say?
Since
you're here at the wrong time of the year, do you think you'll want to come back to Washington?
Yes,
Yes.
we've barely seen Washington.
We have been in the clouds a lot,
literally,
because it's just the weather. It didn't. What's the word I'm looking for? The weather wasn't on our side.
Yeah.
We didn't a lot of views. We were looking at gut hooks, and it's like, this is the best view on trail in a long time, and we're looking like,
Can't see shit.
there's no view here.
No.
There's no, you can't see anything.
We had like 2 or 3 days where we've had clear skies ish.
Which reminds me, we should Google Grizzly Peak
Yeah.
so we can see what it looks like, because we were on Grizzly Peak, but the visibility is probably 100 yards maybe.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah.
womp.
Womp. And I'm gonna be back at work in 3 weeks. I'm gonna be back in front of my computer, and I'm not looking forward to it. Like, it's gonna be a very strange feeling to be back in the office again. But well, what food are you looking forward to eat when you get back home?
Chipotle.
You've been eating that on trail. Like, every town we've been into, his first asked question is, do they have Chipotle?
And the answer is usually no. Mm-hmm. So I think I've had Chipotle like maybe in 3 towns on trail.
Yeah.
But
and then you eat every day.
When we were in Bend, I ate Chipotle maybe 3 times. I think I ate it twice in one day.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to eat bread that is not sweet, because all your bread here is very sweet. Like, there's a lot of sugar in your food, and I just want bread.
So we're not going back. We're not going to Manning Park. We're going back to Harts Pass, 30 miles back to Harts Pass once we reach the border.
Yeah, because I have to fly from Seattle.
Somebody asked what kind of work you do in Sweden.
Well, there's a company, I work for a company called Atea, and they have like consultants, and they lend me out to a company, I guess it's a government company, and they bring out a lot of statistics for like everything. And I work at their IT help desk, so I help the employees with their computers. That's what I do.
Well, thanks for calling. Did you try restarting it?
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
Well, in some cases, yeah, you just have to ask, did you try to restart it? But it's fun.
Or whatever. I couldn't imagine sitting at a desk for 8 hours after this every day for 5 days a week.
I'm completing the PCT. I definitely want to go back and do some stretches that we missed. It will be quite a puzzle if I would do the whole PCT, because with parts where because I had to go and do my passport and everything. What was the other one? The New Zealand trail, I think.
Arizona trail. Somebody said you should finish the PCT and do the AZT at the same time.
I don't know much about the Arizona trail.
I don't either. It might be like 500 miles or something.
But I bet Arizona
I could be
has some good scenery.
completely off too. I don't know.
Yeah.
But that would be cool to do NorCal and the AZT.
I feel like a whole new world has opened up to us, because there's so many trails that we don't know about, or I don't know about.
And we have so many connections now too. Like, there's so many people that live all over the world that we can be like, hey, what's up? What are you doing? Do you wanna hike the AZT with us? Like, since you live in Arizona, or whatever, you know.
The Pacific Northwest Trail, is that the long one you were talking about before?
No, that's called the North Country Trail.
Huh.
The Pacific Northwest is, I'm assuming, through Oregon and Washington, different trail than the PCT.
Mm-hmm.
Pacific Northwest is Oregon and Washington to me, but I don't know.
Yeah. There's a trail in South America that goes, like, it's a long trail. It's not complete yet, and when you walk it, you have to walk through like farmers' land and stuff, so they might greet
AZ,
you with a gun, but it looks really beautiful, and I have to look that up some
the
more.
AZT's 1200-ish. It could be. I have no idea.
Mm.
Didn't know you had a social. Yeah, for sure.
Well, yeah,
I'm very
Alfonso,
shy.
I do have social anxiety. It is a real thing, but I got this guy,
Yeah,
and
so we can be socially awkward together.
yeah, he was coming up with all like a lot of excuses doing this live thing. He went to the bathroom and then he I don't know, washed your hands for 10 minutes. Like,
I was making coffee. I mean, it's coffee. It's done
um,
right now. It's not... Anything you regret doing on this hike? Explain if yes.
regret doing.
There's nothing I regret doing. There's things I regret not doing. Like, a trail angel let us stay at his house, and he invited us to go sailing with him, and we didn't go because we didn't think we had the time, but we should have made the time. That would have been a great memory, and we missed out on that. That would have been cool.
Yeah, I regret not walking all the way, but it didn't work. My body is not made to walk 20 plus miles every day. It doesn't work. Willard.
Go back. I think we missed something.
Oh.
Glacier Park to the ocean by the Canada border. Okay, that's what the Pacific Northwest Trail is. Glacier Park.
So, Chad, how about working here where everything is expensive but the wages are also high?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I love it out here, but I also love the East Coast, and I really like the South. So, I don't know. I'm thinking about living somewhere in the Smokies, maybe. In the East Coast, down south.
Mm-hmm.
But, I don't know. We'll see where life takes me. So...
Yeah. How did Ella do on the trail? I just have to press this.
Okay.
Ella did good. She was a fighter. She I thought that she would like complain and just sit her ass down and say it's not gonna walk anymore, but she walked.
You had to, nudge her along every once in a while. But yeah, she's good for like 10 miles a day, I'd say.
Mm-hmm.
Anything more than that, you kind of have to carry her and coax her along. But
yeah, and there were some parts in the trail where it was just really rocky, so I think her paws wouldn't like it, so we carried her.
it was fun having her.
Yeah.
The first night on trail, she definitely peed in Randy's sleeping bag, though. He wasn't too happy about that, and it was already wet, and there was no sun, so it was pretty hard to dry that out. He was standing there, but with his bag by the fire, trying to dry out the pee from his sleeping bag. He was pretty mad at Ella, which made her even more nervous. So she was probably peeing everywhere. But
yeah. Maui asks, "What is your favorite Swedish music? Do you like First Aid Kit?" I do like First Aid Kit. My favorite Swedish music.
I have a first aid kit in my pack.
Right.
Wow.
Swedish music.
What was that? You were singing that last night. That guy played that song. Like, this Swedish band.
Oh, Eagle Eye Cherry. Yeah. I don't know if I have a favorite Swedish band.
What was Randy doing? Randy's doing all right.
Yeah, he wish he was back like here.
He does.
Well, he keeps saying that he keeps saying that he wish he was on the trail, but we keep telling him that it is pretty cold and wet.
Yeah, those are some of his least favorite things. You guys probably know that if you watched his videos.
Isn't death metal popular in Scandinavia? Sweden have some good death metal bands. I don't remember the names of them now, but it's not my thing.
How are you gonna have a nose ring and not like death metal?
Jeez.
I'm just kidding. Chad, have you hiked trails around Ohio? No. The hiking, I live like 10 minutes from Pennsylvania. So when I hike, I go to Pennsylvania. I hike the North Country Trail. Just small parts of it, small day hikes. I've never like overnighted it or anything like that, but The North Country Trail is a 4,000-mile trail that not a lot of people have heard of. It goes from Vermont to North Dakota. And it's, you know, it's pretty awesome. The Buckeye Trail is part of it. It goes, pretty much starts in Northeast Ohio and goes all the way down and back up around. And then I think it goes into Michigan. But I haven't hiked that. I have hiked, there's a state park in southern Ohio called Hocking Hills. I think it's in the city of Hocking, but yeah, there might be a county of Hocking, but Hocking Hills State Park's really cool. There's a lot of cool stuff there. There's caves and whatnot.
Yeah. And Paula, I hope our path will cross someday. Plenty of jobs in Georgia. I want to go to Georgia.
Yeah, you never know. You never know who you're going to meet on the trail, and you never know where we'll be and what we're doing. So,
yeah.
The hiking community is awesome like that. So,
Lenny asked, have you guys lost any weight? You both look a bit thinner. This guy lost weight.
I lost 40 pounds since April, and
yeah.
My clothes don't fit me.
I think I lost like 14 or something.
But yeah, I was a bit bigger, so that's why I lost a little weight. I was 220 pounds when I started the trail, and I'm like 180 right now.
Yeah, but we weighed
ourselves. Or I was 180 the last time I weighed myself, so who knows what I am now. But
that was in Northern California.
You can't be more than that.
Yeah.
No, I weighed myself when I was at my sister's wedding, and I was 180 too, so I might be stuck at 180 for a while, but there's always that wall you hit, and it takes a while to get through, but...
Hola, Bender. Martin, I wondered how long and how often you pause for on a 20-mile walk. Well, we don't usually walk 20 miles.
But, 20? We usually take a break, I'd say, every, who knows?
3 or 4 miles?
Yeah, 3-4 miles, maybe. Take a 10-minute break or something, 15 minutes.
Yeah. And
just sit down, have a snack, catch our breath, wait till we get cold, and then keep hiking. That's basically, that's what it's been lately.
We don't do lunch anymore. Like, we don't cook lunch on the trail anymore because it's too cold to take a break.
Yeah, so lunch on the trail now is a Snickers bar and half a bag of peanut M&Ms or something. You know, that's how I've been losing all this weight out here. Snickers and M&Ms. Killing it.
And I say we walk like 2.5 miles an hour ish.
Yeah, maybe 3. My phone will actually tell me. If I look on my phone, it'll tell me my average pace. I haven't looked in a long time, but in California it was like 2.9 or something, so it's probably 3, close to 3. The lack of cows let you down.
Plus the marmot, bears, and other deer make up for it. Yeah, where are the cows?
So.
Oh, I gotta tell you something here, because I got a comment from someone saying, like, have you really never seen any cows? I have seen cows. I've seen plenty of cows. I just haven't seen them like here on the trail where they're just running around any way they want.
Free range cows.
Yeah, I haven't seen that. And every video I saw of PC hikers, they always saw cows. So I really wanted to see cows. But yeah, Washington, you need more cows. But we have the marmots. They're up here. And I do love the marmots. They are funny.
The other day we were walking, and it was a pretty rainy, gloomy day. Not very many views. Tough hiking day. A lot of uphill, stuff like that. And we sat down in some trees to take a break to, try to get out of the rain as much as we could and sit down somewhere dry. And as we were sitting there mowing, she goes, Chad, something huge just walked behind me. I'm like, what? I'm like, how huge are we talking here? Like a couple seconds later, she's like, "There it is." I turn around, it's a rabbit. I'm like, "Womp, little rabbit." But anyways,
We haven't seen rabbits
it
since
really it like turned our day
California.
around. So this rabbit was so cute. We seen him just jumping around, and then he was eating mushrooms, and we both didn't know that rabbits ate mushrooms, and we were like, what is he doing? You know. And it was just cute to see this little rabbit. You know how rabbits twitch their nose, and he's twitching his little nose and eating these mushrooms, and then we sat there for maybe another 5 minutes, and he would leave and come back, and a little while goes by, he comes back, and he's running around in circles like he's going nuts. Like we're like, I don't know if he was supposed to eat those mushrooms or not, but he's going crazy right now.
Yeah.
But that made our day. That was like literally the highlight of our day was that rabbit, and then we had like maybe 2 more miles to get to our camp, maybe a mile and a half, something like that.
Yeah.
And as we were walking to camp, the trail was like level, but there was like a cliffside up here, and we're walking over here, and there's a deer like eating some berries or something, and I didn't see it, but when it saw me, it got startled, and it like ran up the hill, and I saw it out of the corner of my eye, and I like jumped out of my shoes. I didn't know what it was at first. I was like, oh, it scared the crap out of me, and then realized there was a deer and took a video of it and all that. But those animals were the highlight of our day that day. That was cool.
Yeah, it was cool. Is our gear adequate for the last stretch? I think so.
I think it is. We got some warm stuff yesterday. We're probably gonna get some more stuff before we go back to the trail, but
yeah, you need another pair of pants.
Yeah, I have like a very thin base layer, and my hiking shorts are just that. They're shorts. So
other than that, we bought some more hand warmers.
Hand warmers. I got I don't even know what you call it, but it goes over your head, and it has like a face mask and a hat. Basically, your eyes are showing like this, and it's
a rubber mask.
It's right here. You can tell me what this is, but literally, it is so soft. It is the softest thing ever, and it's really warm. But
yeah.
I just can't stop touching it because it feels good.
I was just about to make a joke about that. I'm not gonna do that.
I'm joking.
Instead of doing a through hike, do a lot of shorter ones. I actually been thinking about it because Randy's been saying that he wants to climb
the Wonderland Trail is the one around Rainier.
Yeah, he wants to do Rainier.
Yeah.
And we keep telling him, like, yeah, everyone says, I'm going to do this because I'm local, and then they never do it. But
yeah, there's a lot of PCT hikers. It doesn't matter if they're in California or Oregon or Washington, but wherever they live, they're like, well, this is why I skipped that, because I live there, and I can do it whenever I want. So,
yeah.
Okay. Whatever you say.
Has the PCT helped your fear of crowds?
I don't think so.
No.
There isn't crowds out there. It's perfect for us.
Yeah.
But like even in our hotel at breakfast this morning, there's so many people down there, and it was loud, and people were just talking. Like there's a few people talking super loudly, and we're just looking at each other like, we need to get out of here. Like, let's go.
I think it has helped because in some way, but that's because mostly the people that we meet are other PCT hikers, and then we always have something in common.
That's true. Yeah.
But also when we get to a city and there's a lot of non-PCT hikers,
it gets busy.
Yeah, because we don't see that many people. So when we see people,
and they're not PCT, and
yeah,
they're not us, then
you get nervous. Well, James, another little blonde Swede has been in the news a lot lately. Have you been following Greta Thunberg's accomplishment? She's been nominated for the Nobel Peace Prize.
That's awesome. Yeah, I've heard about her. I've seen her in like news headlines, but I don't know.
I know
too much about
about Greta. It was, I don't know if it was last year she first started to be in the news because she was on this strike. You call it a strike?
Yeah.
Yeah. She wanted people to go on a strike for the environment, and there was a like big gatherings all over Sweden. So I first heard of her like a year ago, and now she's blown up. Like she's big and she's doing all these amazing stuff, and I think she's so cool.
Somebody was talking to us about her in California, I think. You
Mm-hmm.
remember that?
Yeah.
The hitch we got, they were talking about her.
Yeah. Like she's 16 and she does have Asperger's, I think. Um, and now all these like powerful people are just telling her that she's being used, but no, she's like she believes in what she's doing, and I think she's a really brave young woman. So go get her. I think she's really cool. Come to Texas, plenty of cows. All right.
Yeah. I have family in Texas. A lot of them are in Dallas.
Yeah.
It used to be all over the place, but I think they all kind of moved to be close to each other. It used to be in Austin and San Antonio and Irving and all that, but I think they're all pretty much in Dallas now.
Lenny, we're not going to Manning Park, we're going to the monument and then go back to Harts Pass because we got a ride from James back to Seattle.
It was funny how Jay wanders out afraid of the cows at Warner Springs.
I like Jay Wanders Out. I think he's a really cool guy. And I saw when he was following me on, I think he was subscribing on my YouTube channel. I got really excited because I think he's a really cool guy.
So I was asked how the mushrooms were. I don't even like mushrooms, and Mom made the mushrooms, and she made them in a pasta, and it was absolutely delicious. Like I am not even a big mushroom fan at all, but those mushrooms, they don't taste like the cheap little slimy pizza mushrooms. You know what I mean? Like they're actually like good flavor to them, and they're not like, I don't know, they're not like slimy and gross like most mushrooms are. I think it's a texture thing for me, but when she made them, those mushrooms have like a spice to them. They have like their own flavor. It's just not a slimy, no taste thing. Like, I don't know.
I was so happy when I found my mushrooms.
She found, boys, look! We're like, oh my God, what happened? She's like, come here, come here.
And we actually picked some more after Leavenworth somewhere. We did find some mushrooms and we kept walking past them because we can't really cook them. And eventually I just said, nope, we gotta stop. We gotta pick some at least.
When she found those, that was the biggest smile I've ever seen on her face. She was so thrilled.
Yeah, and this hike changed you because you don't like mushroom and you don't like fish, like salmon, seafood.
Yeah, I ate salmon yesterday.
And he liked it.
And it was good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I saw the Anemia mascara, the red with little white blue. Is that the one, the poisonous one? I think we call it flugsvamp in Sweden. Like,
Mom, you're skipping questions just so you know you skipped that one.
No, I don't.
You skip this one right here.
I haven't gone that well.
Well, you're just going out of order then. Anyways, it doesn't matter. Go ahead.
Sorry, but
Go ahead. Continue about the mascara or whatever you're talking about. I don't know.
I think that's a mushroom.
Yeah, I'm sure it is.
And it's do not eat that one.
Yeah, I don't trust any mushrooms unless she tells me they're okay. I don't eat any wild mushrooms. I don't know enough. I know just enough to get me killed. So that's why I won't do that.
Us mountain people dip them in milk and bread, then flour, and try them. They're wonderful. Mushroom or fish? Because if it's a mushroom, I've never done that before. That sounds interesting.
Psychedelic. Mushrooms are the largest living thing on Earth. Somewhere in Oregon. I believe it. There's some I have pictures of mushrooms that are like bigger than my head. They're huge.
Yeah. Well, if we found more mushrooms, we should pick them and try and dip them in.
I wanted to touch on this though real quick.
Yeah.
Georgia state minimum wage is $5.15. That blows my mind. Like the lowest minimum wage I remember in Ohio, like when I started working, was like $7 in Ohio when I was like 16. I think minimum wage in Ohio now is like 8 something. And yeah, that's wild.
Mm. Ooh.
$12 in Washington though seems ridiculous for minimum wage to me. But I get it though; it's expensive to live in Washington, so it's all relevant. That's not the word I'm looking for, but you know, when a tube of chapstick is $5, you got to make more than $5 an hour to live there.
Yeah. Lainey, do you think that international obesity hikers should have more than a 6-month?
I even think that.
Yeah, but I heard that if you do have a 6-month visa, a B2 or B1 visa, if you do fly out of the U.S., like not to Canada, I think you need to like fly down.
Go back to your home country and then come.
Well, you don't have to go, but you have to go somewhere else, another country, and go back. You will get another 6 months.
But do you have to pay for another 6 months, or you just get an extension for free?
You get an extension for free.
Okay.
But yeah, I think you should get more than 6 months because it's
$12 to turn some burgers. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like I can't imagine that.
Puffball mushrooms? What is that? What's a puffball mushroom?
How'd you know about picking puffball mushrooms? It's a Buckeye tradition. I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
Don't shame me. My Buckeye tradition is watch the Buckeyes on Saturday. They're gonna stomp Nebraska today. Tune in at 4:30.
Wasn't that tomorrow?
No, it's today. The Titans play tomorrow. That's my other team. Okay, whatever. Yeah.
The minimum wage in Sweden, I don't know. I have no idea.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
Someone said something about mushrooms. Do morel mushroom grow long? Is that what you're talking about?
They do. I was talking about them for the longest time. We saw them in a few spots on one day, and we never saw any more.
That's the expensive ones?
Yeah. We were looking up all these. I was like, I know these mushrooms. I didn't know what they were called, but I knew exactly what they looked like. So whenever we got service, I looked them up, and yeah, they're worth like $250 a pound. We saw a bunch of those, and cowgirls. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh. Yeah, we gotta fight.
But yeah, we did see some mushrooms. Morel. I don't know how you pronounce it correctly, but there is some on the PCT.
What's the Ohio chant?
They were in a burn area, and they were like, there was a fallen log, and there was another log like this, and it was propped up, and they were growing under it, like in the shade.
Mm-hmm. What's the Ohio chant? Apparently you
were O-H-I-O? That one?
I don't know. Is that the one? The Ohio chant that you and Randy did on trail?
Yeah, that's the one. That's just a Buckeyes thing. Ohio State Buckeyes thing. There's a lookalike mushroom that's poisonous. Yeah, I didn't eat those. I wasn't interested in eating those, but I'm not eating any mushrooms that she doesn't tell me to eat, so I'm gonna go with that.
How many miles did we skip? I don't know.
I think we skipped like 400.
No, it's more like 500-600.
I think it was 490 to be exact.
I don't know. I don't think I want to know.
I think I know, and I think I just told you. And I think I just told the rest of the world too.
How come so many celebrity hikers come from Ohio? John Sahorian and Darwin are from that area. Also David Gray and the Shilley brothers. I only know Darwin.
Probably because everyone in Ohio wants to get out of Ohio and go hike somewhere.
Damn.
No, but seriously. No, I don't know. I really don't know, but I'll go with that. That's my theory.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I wanted to get out of Ohio and come hike the PCT. That's even why, like, even the AP is too close to Ohio for me. I was like, yeah, I'm going out west to do my hike.
Banter. Because everyone wants to GTFO out of Ohio.
Yeah.
Gary View after trail? Yeah, we
You're
can
not
do that.
wrong. See? That's exactly what I said. Yes. We would definitely do a gear review after trail. We were just talking about that. She's like, I did a gear video in Kennedy Meadows. I did one the other day. She's like, I want to do a what I started with and what I finished with video.
Yeah. Because there's a big difference, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you don't even have trekking poles anymore. We sent them home because we haven't used them in weeks.
Yeah.
So it's like, why are we carrying this weight that we don't use ever? You might come in handy if we have to cross logs or something, but, you know, we'll figure it out. We use a stick.
Yeah. James was all he attended Ohio State.
Oh, no kidding.
Woody Hayes? Who's that? Damn you, Woody.
What? Well, Woody Hayes is Ohio State coaching legend.
Oh. Will you all be able to finish the trail with the snow? Yes, we are.
Yeah.
We are going back out on Sunday or Monday.
Kicking and screaming. No.
Yes, we are going to the monument and back. That is no doubt about it. Because the weather is going to be better on starting Monday. So.
A trend review would be fun. Yeah, we should do that. Get to Randy's and do that.
Yeah. If you would like to climb Rainier, my niece Kim is the manager. Good to know.
Yeah, for sure.
Randy, we're doing Rainier.
Yeah.
Just so you know.
Buckle up. Be ready.
Have you watched any previous PCT videos to get prepared for this last phase, or do you want to hike it without knowing a lot about it? Well, I mean, I watched PCT videos from last year and the year before that, and I know that most of the videos have snow in them in the end.
Yeah, I was telling her a lot of the PCT videos that I had seen, you know, guys have icicles hanging off their beards when they finish and they're walking through snow, and I was prepared for that. But before the trail, yeah, I watched a lot. I watched all of Darwin's videos. I watched all of Dixie's videos. I watched, and I just countless. I watched Second Chance Hiker before I started coming out here. I stopped watching his videos when I was on the trail, but he started a few months before me, and I watched a lot of his videos and a lot of other random ones too, like here and there. But
yeah,
kind of wanted to know what I was getting into, but I didn't, you know. I don't want to spoil too much either. Like, even like, I don't even like looking at gut hooks because, like, I don't, you know what I mean? I don't want to, you know, exactly. I don't want to spoil it, basically.
Yeah.
I don't like looking at gut hooks unless I have to.
If you could live in a trail town, which one would you choose?
Big Bear. Big Bear was awesome. Idlewild was awesome.
Yeah.
Bend was really cool.
I
don't know if Bend's really a trail town, but it's close to the trail.
Yeah. I think Winthrop is nice. It looks like a little western
Winthrop
city.
is really nice. I don't know if I could live here.
Yeah.
Though. There's not a lot here.
But yeah, I like
It's really cool though.
One of the first one, like Julian or Idlewild or Big Bear. Those were nice ones. So probably one of those, I think.
Ashland, Oregon's really cool too. I like that.
Um, what has surprised you about the U.S. or Americans that you have met? Um,
Easy now.
there's one that I was thinking about. Uh, because back home in Sweden, I'm used to doing everything myself, and here, I'm not allowed to carry anything that we buy in the store.
She's never heard of chivalry. Like, I'm not allowed to open the door for her. I'm not allowed to carry groceries for her. I'm not allowed to do anything
And
like
I'm not
that.
allowed to walk like on the side of the road closest to cars. I always have to be like way away from the cars.
Am I wrong?
And I'm just like,
No,
damn,
correct
can
me
I
if I'm
do
wrong.
something myself? Like you don't do that in Sweden.
She feels like she's not being independent by doing those things, but I feel like that's just normal. That's just being a gentleman. That's just what you do.
That's not what the Swedes do.
I told her maybe she needs to learn. Tell them to act right. It's my fault they don't know how to act.
And Americans are more social than Swedes. Like, I know when I picked the mushrooms and I wanted to do the pasta sauce, I had to get some white wine for the recipe, and I had no idea what to buy. So we went to Safeway, and I just went up to this lady and her son at the wine, and I asked them, do you know what wine I should have? And she just kept talking about, yes, I've seen this TV show, I read this book, and you should have this wine for that thing, and I like this, and my name is this. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. So that's something new, but
That
I like
depends.
it.
That's a small town thing though. Like if you were in a big city, I don't know if it'd be like that.
Really?
People are super friendly in small towns.
Yeah. Apart from backpacking, have you considered cross-country cycling? No.
I've considered a cross-country road trip.
I don't know. I feel scary to be on big roads on your bike.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It'd be cool to do trails though, like mountain biking trails if there's something like that. But I don't think I'd want to bike on the road across the country.
Mhm. Yeah. Are you three planning on a post-trail live Q&A? Yeah, we could do that. Because we're gonna be back in Lacey on the 4th, and I'm here till the 7th. So definitely we can do that.
Got a few days.
Yeah, I'll let you know. Yeah, there's a lot of trail angels here offering rides up to the trailhead, but yesterday everyone was telling us not to, because they were only taking hikers down from the trail back to the city because of the snow.
Even the rangers, there's rangers literally up in the mountains, like trying to convince people to get off the mountains yesterday.
Yeah.
And you know they can't make you leave, but they can strongly suggest that you should not be up there. And that's what they were all up there, basically telling everyone they saw to get down.
Mhm.
So.
I saw something. Where did we see we saw in Mammoth we saw 2 bears, and then in South Lake Tahoe we saw 1 bear, like right below our balconies. Do you want to hang out?
You guys should do weekly post-hike live Q&A. The problem is, you know, we're in a hotel right now, but we don't have service all the time like that.
But we will do another one when we're done with this, which will be in a couple days.
I forgot. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we, after we leave Winthrop, we won't have service from here to the border at all. That's what everyone's been telling us. So the next time we do a Q&A will probably be in Olympia after the trail.
Chad, your beard game is on point.
Are you going to
shave it off?
No, well, I'm gonna trim it. It's longer than I'd like it to be. Whenever I can, I shave my cheeks and my neck, but it's still, I don't know, like it grows into my mouth and stuff. I have little beard trimming scissors, and I'm always trimming it up, so it's not sloppy like, but it's longer than I like it, to be honest.
These guys are coming to Sweden next summer for the midsummer. They promised me, so I'm gonna make them hold their promise. What's your next big adventure?
Minimum wage is $8.55.
My next big
Sounds
adventure
about
is
right.
that I'm gonna be an auntie.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna have a little niece coming out in a couple of weeks. So that's my next big adventure.
Congrats, old lady. Did I say that? No, I'm just kidding.
Damn. Chat's out of the chat.
Chad's out of the chat.
Do you have a next big adventure? I gotta.
The CDT, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
The CDT has definitely been talked about.
Yeah. But we'll see.
We don't know.
Mm-mm.
I think you went too far. What did that say right there?
Done that one.
Yeah.
North TX hiker, is that Texas hiker?
Videos are never boring. That's good.
Thank you. How did the Waptus Lake campsite turn out? That was amazing. It was a really good campsite.
It turned out to be really awesome. So we walked down there, and Mom sees the first campsite we see, and she's like, "Yep, this is it." I'm like, "Mom, you don't want to like maybe like go around the corner and this is a big lake. There might be some really cool stuff." Mm-hmm. She's like, "No, this is good." I'm like, "All right, It didn't look as cool to me at first, but I didn't see that there was it was 2 levels, this campsite, and there was root steps, there was roots leading down. There's a little beach area, and there was a fire pit down there right on the lake, and it was really cool. It ended up being really cool. Mm-hmm. And I got some really good pictures of the clouds and the mountains and fog on the lake in the morning, and I got some really cool pictures of the Milky Way that night right there at that spot. It was a really cool campsite. It ended up being really awesome.
Yeah, it was. And there was some big trees down there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't know what kind of trees it was, but...
So they weren't ponderosas, they weren't redwoods. I'm not exactly sure. I gotta read Alphonse's comment because he told me what they were, but I forget. If I could go back and see what they are, but...
Yeah. Have you been too far north Sweden? I've been up in Luleå, which is not at the top, but it's pretty far up. But yeah. Do you
ski or snowboard
in Sweden or play any sports like soccer, football? People do ski and snowboard. I don't. I did ski when I was younger. I did try snowboard a couple of times, but I mostly got pissed because it was cold and it was hurting and I didn't know how to do it.
Snowboarding to me, snowboarding isn't as fun as skiing. Skiing is faster, in my opinion. You have more control. Somebody could argue that, though, but when you're first starting out, skiing's a lot easier and you can learn it faster and be more comfortable skiing faster than you can snowboarding. So seeing as I've only been skiing maybe a handful of times, skiing was a lot easier and a lot more fun for me because it didn't take as long to get down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I did play, as you call it, soccer for like a year or so.
Football?
Yeah, football. I did do horseback riding, and went out like from when I was a baby up until I was 18, I think. I was a gymnast, so I did gymnastics. Did you do any sports?
I did football in high school. I did wrestling 7th and 8th grade in my freshman year in high school. I played baseball when I was like 7, 8, 9, 10. When I was that, pretty young. I played like flag football for the YMCA, things like that when I was really young. But in high school, other than like after my freshman year, I didn't do a lot of sports.
Okay.
Started doing more. Well, it depends on what you consider to be a sport because I do a lot of fishing. I love fishing. Fishing, some people consider a sport, some people don't, but fishing's my thing.
Mm-hmm. Do you have any? And we're gonna do our last questions now, because I gotta pee. Do we have any piercings or like PCT piercing or tattoos planned?
I'm definitely getting a PCT tattoo, but I'm not sure what yet.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna rush into it, and I'm definitely not gonna just put a PCT logo on my calf like everyone else does. But
something.
Yeah.
We just have to figure out why. Yeah.
Definitely, without a doubt, getting a PCT tattoo, but we'll see.
Jim, what? No, we're not a couple.
Nope.
PCT tramp stamp tattoo.
Nope, that's not a thing.
No. How far to go now? Well, right now we're in Winthrop. We were supposed to go to Rainy Pass yesterday, but we're stuck here because there's a snowstorm warning. So we're gonna go to Harts Pass on Sunday or Monday, and from Harts Pass it's 30 miles to the border, and then we have to go all the way back to Harts Pass. So 60 miles. That's it for now. We're gonna try and hit a museum today. There's some kind of museum here.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like it's like a mining museum or something. I don't know what it is exactly, but we walked by it a couple times, and it's just like, I don't know. It looks like old mines, like mine carts and mine railways, and just it looks really cool, really like Western, old school something. So we're gonna go check it out.
Yeah. So thank you for watching.
It's only been 58 minutes.
We did good.
Yeah, we
were so nervous.
Yeah, well, you still are.
All right. Well, you guys take care, and we'll do another live Q&A once this is done back in Lacey, and then Randy will be with us.
Yep. For sure.
So
see you guys in Washington.
Have a great.
We're in Washington now.
We're in Washington.
See you guys in Olympia.
Yes. Have a great weekend. Take care.
Bye.
I don't know how to end this.
Probably start with hitting the X button.
Bye.